Welcome back to CVTV.
I'm Kalia.
And I'm Drew.
And we're your CVTV anchors.
This week is a big one for Castleview Sports.
On Tuesday, we have our home volleyball game here at CV, and it's superhero theme. On Thursday, we have our varsity soccer boys at DC Stadium, and the theme is neon. And of course, CVDC rivalry is on Friday with the football game at 6 p.m. Red Out. Show up and show out for your SaberCat athletics.
Moving on to our show, our first segment is going to be looking at the Best Buddies program here at Castleview.
Best Buddies is actually a nonprofit organization.
It's where we have one kid that is not intellectually or developmentally delayed, and then we have a kid that is, and we pair them together to just kind of grow this friendship, and it just really sets these kids up for success.
Yeah, so my friendship with Ainsley, if you've ever met Ainsley, she is a really sassy and spunky girl. She's so fun to hang out with. I had a really fun friendship with her. We would hang out on the weekends all the time, and I would help her when in unified sports with basketball and kickball and stuff.
About Best Buddies, I can talk to everybody and just hang out and text a lot of friends who have special needs.
So for the longest time, I wanted to be a doctor. And while it's still kind of being considered, I've definitely also considered occupational therapy with special needs kids and just working with them, help growing them, help learning behaviors of special needs students, just because it's so interesting and I think it's something that isn't studied enough.
So after high school, I want to be an SSN teacher when I grow up. And honestly, without Best Buddies, I've always wanted to be an SSN teacher, but Best Buddies has really clarified that for me. I know that's what I want to do when I get older. It's super fun and relaxing, and it's just something that makes school better every single day. Especially getting to see them in the hallways, and the way their face lights up when they see you is a feeling that I think is super important, and it means a lot to me.
Definitely the excitement that you see in the kids and the experiences that you get to go through, because high school is so much better with Best Buddies because you wouldn't experience this outside of high school. You're able to lighten up their days with just a simple act, even just saying hello, giving them a hug, just being there and seeing them is just so much fun to experience.
It's great to see our student body coming together to form new friendships.
Next up, we're taking you on an inside tour of what's new to CVTV this year.
This year, I am a brand new teacher and I am leading a large class. We have 39 people in our room and I'm teaching them how to do TV.
This year in CVTV, I'm going to be a producer, which essentially means that I look over various aspects of the production process, making sure that people are planning their segments correctly and then executing that planning.
So I spent about 15 years working in television stations throughout Denver and Colorado Springs, most recently at Channel 9. I was at Fox and Channel 7. Been around a few different places. But after that, I was in the school district for about 6 years, working in the communications department doing video there. So I've really been doing video my whole career.
This year in CVTV, we obviously have a new teacher, so that's something new. We have a lot more equipment. We know how to use our older equipment a lot better this year, and we have a lot of people joining our staff that haven't been a part of CVTV in the past, so that's all super exciting.
So my thought is coming in here, I want it to feel like an actual newsroom experience. I want to set it up like a newsroom with defined roles and defined teams. I want us to plan out our story coverage in such a way that it involves a lot of group discussion and send out crews into the field and really capture what's going on here like a news station would. So I want this to be thought of as Castleview's news station.
This year in CVTV, I hope to help the class run a lot smoother than it did last year, and I really hope to create a classroom environment where everyone feels welcome and they feel like they can express their creativity.
So we have some new cameras this year that I'm excited to get their hands on. One of these is it's called an E&G camera, very news style. Then we got some new Sonys that are great for really low light conditions and give you kind of a film look. and we continue to just enjoy all the things that we had new last year, such as our green room and the whole new studio and all sorts of new things.
We're so excited for what we have planned behind the scenes for a new year.
Speaking of a new year, let's take a quick look at some of the new school rules here at CV. So the hall pass rules, what we're trying to do as a leadership team and just as a staff here is keep the hallways clear, keep the hallways safe. You should have either a bathroom pass on your neck, or a lot of people just twirl them around. That will have your teacher's name on it. Or you will have a red pass, or you will have a gold pass. If you have one of those three things, you might get stopped by an adult and say, hey, where are you headed? Do you have a pass? If you have one, you're good to go. And then if you have an off hour, however, we may ask you guys just to see your schedule, in which case we'll ask you to go to the library or the commons, or it's beautiful outside, and go hang out outside for a little bit. The behavior in the halls. What's funny is our actual behavior and our expectation for the halls between last year and this year really hasn't changed, except for the fact we're making more of an effort to keep them clear. We don't want kids just sitting and hanging out in the hall. Last year it wasn't enforced as consistently, but this year it is a school-wide thing where if you are in the hallway, you are going from one place to another place. Consequences. So a couple different things. Most of the consequences right now have to do with tardies and unexcused absence, which does translate into the hallways. Students who have multiple, 3 tardies or unexcused absences will get detention. Detention takes place on Wednesdays after school. It's pretty non-negotiable, and then that's kind of, most of the time that's the consequence, is detention. And then we just kind of escalate from there if it continues to be a problem.
Not only does CV have new rules, but we also have a new principal.
CVTV reporters May and Colin got an exclusive interview with Dr. Templeton.
I grew up on the western slope of Colorado. I was adopted when I was 6 years old from Incheon, South Korea, by an incredible family. And one of the first experiences I remember in school is I was in this ESL program. When I came from Korea, I spoke 2 words of English. I could say hi and French fries. And I remember feeling so frustrated that I couldn't express myself and get what I needed and have people understand me. And I was in this ESL program. I had this incredible teacher. Her name was Miss Rieger. And she was super patient with me and helped me understand how to learn a language that she didn't speak Korean, neither did any of my peers. But she was able to teach me essentially how to speak English. And I remember how transformative that learning experience was. And it made me believe in learning as a powerful tool to help us express ourselves, find our voices. For me, it was literal, but in my mind, learning is the gateway to a more powerful future and a life that you want to live. So the mission statement starts by saying that Castleview wants to transform high school education. And I love that word, transform, because in my mind, that means that we're making a commitment to creating extraordinary learning experiences for kids that help them transform themselves and transform their lives and chase their wildest dreams. So I loved that mission statement. It's been really fun. Again, my last job, I was away from a school community. I was away from students. I was away from teachers. So getting to know the students here has been absolutely my favorite part. There are some pretty incredible personalities running around here. Connecting with our teaching staff, these are some of the most professional, incredible people I've ever had a chance to get to know. They are genuinely committed to making sure that you all have an extraordinary experience here, and listening to them and listening to what they hope for you and what they hope for each other has been so inspiring. So really the best part has been the people. And then finally, the families that I've gotten to engage with, with our school accountability committee at back to school night and PTO, the families are really committed to making sure that they support our school, that they support you all. And then I guess at the very last, I'm really excited to be a fan of our kids. So, watching a little bit of the musical rehearsal or the musical audition process, watching how incredibly talented our students are, watching the tennis team, excited about the football game this Friday. Just being a fan of our kids is going to continue to be a joy.
With new rules and a new principal, Castleview has more changes to come.
As some of you may have heard, our Douglas County School District is changing our schedule for next year to become more unified with other schools in the district.
Let's ask some CV students about their opinions on the upcoming change.
I think it's dumb, and I don't want to do it because now my credits are going to be messed up, and if I don't like my teacher, I have to stay with them the whole year.
I think it would be good because each class would go by faster, but it also means more homework, so bad.
I feel like that's going to be a lot of stress on the students, and we're going to get a lot more homework because of shorter class time.
I don't like it because I wouldn't be able to double up on my classes and I'd have a lot more homework.
It seems like the new schedule change is unpopular among many students.
If you would like to voice your questions and concerns, there will be an engagement session held on September 15th at 5:30 p.m. in the Castleview Library.
This is a great opportunity to have your voices heard.
That's all for our show this week.
If you would like to see more from us, check us out on our Instagram at CVStudentMedia or our website at cvstudentmedia.com.
Once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time for CVTV.